So I'm going to start recording. All right, guys, we're going to get into this. Welcome to your 5 days of yoga. Today is our first day. And each day I want you guys within the yoga practice to feel how you feel, see how your body, if you have any aches and pains by the end of this 5-day session. I want to see if you feel a little looser, maybe you feel more connected with your mind and your body. Anything along those lines. Take assessment of how you feel today, how you feel later after the session, and how you feel day to day after the 5 days of our yoga practice, our yoga 5-day challenge. All right. So I want us all, today, I want the focus to be a little bit of energy, strength, get us moving and flowing to start the week off, right? We'll ease into stretching and things like that, but that's my goal with today. Just gonna line myself up to make sure you guys can see me. But we're all gonna start at the top of our mat, right here, all right? You're gonna lift your hand up, reach for the sky, go for a slight back bend. Good, let the hands come all the way down towards the ground. Good, slowly roll all the way back up. Good, you're gonna bring your hands right behind you, clap your hands together, and you're gonna roll those shoulders back and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Good, you're gonna open that chest, look back, squeeze the glutes, guard that lower back. Good, and breathe. Good, you're gonna lift your hands up towards the sky. Then let your hands come all the way down. We're gonna move into a little sun salutation. So you're gonna take your front leg back. You're gonna have it follow the back line of the mat. You're gonna inhale, and you're gonna come up to warrior one. Perfect. You're gonna sink down in those hips, have the hips facing forward, and breathe. Good, inhale, rotate into warrior two. Perfect. And right here, we're gonna kind of keep this moving. So you're gonna have that back hand come down, reach the top hand up. Good, then switch, lean forward, have that top hand reach. Perfect. And again, inhale, reach back. Exhale, reach a little deeper, right there, perfect. Good, switch, inhale. Exhale, lean, reach, lower those legs down. Good, you're gonna have that top hand switch. You're gonna sink yourself down, facing forward. You're gonna step that front leg back here. And we're going into a downward facing dog. And right here, you can pedal those heels, having one heel and then the other reach down towards the ground. Hips are reaching up towards the sky. Chest is reaching towards those knees or those thighs. Good, you're gonna inhale, you're gonna lift those hips or lift those heels up. You're gonna slowly roll all the way up towards those hands. So you're in a nice strong plank. You're gonna lower the knees down, lower yourself down on top of the toes, and you're gonna come up for a little cobra. So just bring the torso up. Good. Tuck the toes under, come back up. This time you're gonna step that back foot up. And breathe. Step that other back foot up. And have a forward bend right here. Inhale, bring your hands up. Good, exhale, clasp the hands together. Go for a little back bend, squeeze the glutes. Guard that lower back. Good, exhale, let the hands come all the way down. Good, have that back foot back down. Right here, leaning down in the hips, good. So that back foot now, rotate it so it's following the back line of the mat. Inhale, come up, so that warrior one. Leaning down in the hips, good. Facing forward. Take a deep breath in. When you exhale, you're gonna rotate into warrior two. Perfect. We're gonna move the warrior two, so you're going back. Good, forward. Oh my. Good, then rotate those hips and hands, bringing it down, hands back down to the mat, step that front foot back. Going right into a downward facing dog. Lift those heels up, and like you're a big tidal wave, and you're gonna roll into a nice strong plank. You can drop the knees and lower yourself down, or stay into a plank and lower yourself down. Then you're gonna come up for an upward facing dog. Good, tuck those toes under, keeping it moving. Bring yourself back down into a downward facing dog. Then you're gonna lift that front leg, you're gonna bring it up towards your hands. Hold here. And step that back foot to meet the front. You're in a forward bend. You're gonna inhale, sweep the hands up. Exhale, then go into a back bend. Good, one more time. We're gonna go on each side. We're gonna bring ourselves all the way back down to a forward bend. Good, step that front foot back. You're gonna tilt that back foot to follow the back line of the mat. You're gonna engage and bring yourself into a warrior one. Good, rotate, go into a warrior two. Good, we're gonna tilt back. Then forward. Good, remember that breath. Back. One more time, forward. Good, then you're gonna tilt, move it down, forward, step that front foot back. Going into a downward facing dog. Lift those heels, roll all the way into a nice strong plank. Lower yourself down. You can always drop those knees if you need to. And then you're coming up for an upward facing dog. Good, tuck those toes under, going right back into a downward facing dog. Good, stepping that front foot towards your hands. And then step that back foot up. You're in a forward bend. You're gonna come all the way up. Good, slight back bend. One more time on the other side, going down, forward bend. Feel nice and loosen those hips now, that lower back. Good, you're gonna step the back leg back. Have it follow the back line of the mat. Engage that core, bring yourself up into a warrior one. Good, and then switching over to warrior two. Good, let it flow, leaning back. Now, each time you're reaching, feeling that stretch in that lower back. Maybe in those hips. Bring it one time forward, one more time. Good, you're gonna rotate. Have those hands come down. Step that front foot back. Going into a downward facing dog. Breathe. Good. That back leg up towards your hands. Taking down in those hips, opening them up one more time. Then just step the back foot forward. You're in a nice bend. Stay here in this forward bend just for a couple seconds. You can kind of teeter back and forth. Feel that stretch in that lower back. Good. Slowly come up. Roll all the way up. Good. Roll those shoulders back. You're going to clasp those hands back behind you. Open your chest. Roll the shoulders back. Lean back. And come back. Good, and relax. All right, we're gonna step that front leg back right here. So we're gonna go into the lower stance. It's gonna be into warrior right here. All right, so we're gonna work a little bit more on strength of that lower body. So right here, you can hold just like so. If you wanna kick up the strength in that, or challenge yourself a little bit with the strength, you're gonna lift that heel up in that front leg, working the strength in this leg. You wanna make sure that knee is still pushed out, it's not falling in. And you can have that heel up, totally up to you with what you wanna do. You can keep it down or lift it up. But we're gonna come here, hold, good. You're gonna lift this hand, the right hand, and then your left, and you're just gonna tilt over right here, holding this position. Good, you're gonna get a little strength going on in the core as you reach your hands. Right here, we're challenging this leg as well. Good, drop that bottom arm. You can have it rest on your thigh or have it come all the way down towards the ground. Totally up to you and where you are. Good, engage that core, bring yourself up. Switching your feet just so you switch sides. So have the back foot now as the front. The other one's following the back line of that mat. Good, sinking down right here. You can lift that heel up to add a little bonus for strength, but just watch that knee, don't let it fall in. All right. Make sure you're facing down, grab, squeeze the glutes, grab and get everything nice and strong right here. Pulling it down, you're gonna lift those arms up and you're gonna lean over right here. Now you're feeling those abs. Awesome, remember to breathe. Try to rotate, face forward. Awesome, you can drop that bottom arm, have it rest on that thigh, or open it up, down to the ground. Perfect. Or bring it up to the center. Have both feet facing forward. You can pinch them in a little bit if you need to. We're gonna sink down right here. Pose. So again, focus on the knees coming out, working on that strength as well as that stretch. So you're holding here. We're gonna lift one heel up off the ground. We're gonna lift this hand up and you're just gonna lean and then come back. Lean, good. So with that heel up, you're feeling a little extra tension and strength going on in that leg, as well as a little extra stretch and strengthening happening in the other. As we give back a little bit of a rotation, just to let loose back there as well. Good, give me one more. Awesome, you're gonna switch right over to the other side, drop that heel, lift the other heel. And you're gonna rotate and go onto the other side. Might feel your heart rate going up a little bit because we are working here a little as we strengthen and stretch all at the same time. Good, yep, at your own pace. Give me two more. With that right hand, fall that right leg down. Perfect, hold. Breathe. Good, slowly come up. And you're just gonna tip down to the other side. Good, chest stays open. Good, coming back up. All right, still focusing on strength and stretch on that lower body. You're gonna tilt this foot, your right foot forward a little bit or over to the side. You're gonna inch the back leg a little closer to the front. All right, so we have a little balance, which always will challenge that core as well as the lower body. And we're gonna go right in here into a half moon. So we're gonna focus on that strength coming into the one leg, the balance. You can keep that big toe on the ground if you need to. But you're gonna open up to the side and do what you can, what works for you. Some of us might be really balanced, but in the moment today, we're not feeling it. But do whatever you need to. Challenge yourself, lift the leg up higher, reach down towards the ground. Find that focus, find that breath. Make sure that chest is open out to the side. Good, slowly let that leg come down. We're gonna switch over to the other side. So we're angling this foot a little bit, inching that leg a little bit closer. And we're gonna slowly inch to that and right here. Finding your balance, good, opening up, focus, balance, find that strength. Good, breathe. Have that big toe tap down whenever you need to. This challenge is for you. Good, breathe, slowly, or not slowly, let that back leg come down. Good, have both feet facing forward. Sink down right here again into that goddess pose. Feeling strong and powerful, as well as feeling stretched out in those hips a little bit more. Good, down, breathe. Good, bring it back up. Inch the feet together. We're gonna do a little bit more balance right here. So we have our legs together, and we're gonna sink down. We're gonna have our hands come up, all the way up towards the sky. And we're gonna go up onto our toes to start with. So we're balancing here on our toes. Right there. Good. You can let the toes come down or keep the challenge up with the toes up. And you're gonna slowly sink down right here, just like so. If it's too much with your hands above, you can bring your hands down in front of your heart. You're gonna just challenge yourself a little bit more by sinking down. Keep those heels up, keep those legs together. You got it, breathe. Good, slowly come up, let the heels come down. Right here. Good. All right, we're gonna do that again, but I'm gonna give you a little bit of a breather. All right, so we're gonna focus on that, all of our weight and everything going on our one side. We're gonna lift our foot up, again, balance and strength and stretch all at once. We're gonna grab onto that left foot. Right here, you're gonna push that foot into that hand, and you're gonna slowly lean forward. You can have the leg come up and the hand come up. Hips are facing down. Good, holding it here, breathing. Try to go a little bit harder, a little bit stronger, reaching down maybe towards the ground a little bit more, pushing that back foot into that hand. You got it. I don't have it. Good, then slowly come up. We're gonna switch right over to that other side. So we're grabbing that hand, or that foot into the hand, pushing that foot into the hand as you need. A little bit more into it, finding that balance. You can extend that other hand out. Good, so you're breathing right here. Good. Focus, keep those hips facing down. Good, and slowly come back up. Let that foot come and meet to the ground. Good, lift the hands up toward the sky. Keeping the heels glued to the ground, you're gonna sink down right here into that chair pose. Legs are together, good. Roll those shoulders back and away from your ears. Perfect. Breathe. You wanna take it up with a challenge a little bit more. Lift those heels up off the ground. Hold right here. Still be mindful of that breath. Perfect. Nice straight, flat back. Good, let those heels come down if they were up. Now you're gonna just straighten out those legs. Let the hand come down. Just go into a forward bend. Good, breathe. Relax those hips, relax that lower back. You're gonna let your right knee bend as you keep the left leg straight. You'll have one leg is bent, the other straight. Have that, whatever leg is straight, my left leg, I'm gonna have my left hand down. I'm gonna bring my right hand up to my hip and just get a little bit of a deeper stretch into the hip, into that IT band area.
Can't hear you.
Can't hear me? You're gonna switch to the other side. You're gonna bend the other knee, straighten the other leg. And you're gonna bring that, the one hand that's straight with the straight leg and the other knee is bent. You're gonna bring that hand that's on the bent knee side up to your hip. Lean and fold over, feeling a deeper stretch in that hip.
It's all about stretching.
Oh, yeah.
Slowly come. You're gonna come up, standing up right there. And you're gonna sink down one more time. So you're gonna lift your arms up. You're gonna sink down one more time right here. Good. Let the hands come down in front of the heart. Good. If you feel comfortable, you can hold it here, or we're gonna rotate. So you're gonna bring yourself to the one side, sink down a little bit deeper. You can have that elbow rest the outside of the left hip if you're leaning over to the left side, or the opposite if you're leaning over to the right. Good, and breathe. Good, come up, back to center, and then come all the way up. Reach up, go for a back bend. Good, come back to a neutral spine. Let the hands fall back in front of your heart, sinking down into that chair pose once again. Good, you're right here. Go ahead and rotate to the opposite side, sinking deeper, letting those hips come down. Good, on the next inhale, you're gonna come back to a neutral spine. You're gonna come all the way up, reach up once more, go for a slight back bend. Squeeze those glutes when you're going for that back bend to guard that lower back. Good, and release the hands. All right, so we're gonna go for a little bit more of hip openers. All right, so we got some lower body and breaking our yoga up and not have it as much of a flow. So sorry, all our classes will be different, don't worry. But I'm gonna bring it into a couple hip openers now. So I want you to step over to the side right here. I just want you to have your opposite hand go down towards that opposite ankle. And then you're just gonna open up that hand back and go for a rotation. Good, slowly let that hand come down to the center and come down into the center of your legs. Have the top part of your head reach down towards the ground. And then walk your hands over to the other side. And again, you're gonna have that opposite hand pull onto that opposite ankle, then you're gonna open up to the side, giving a little bit of a release in those hips and lower back, getting them ready. Good, and coming back down to center. We're gonna bring ourselves down right here, so we're gonna kneel on one side. If you need to roll up your mat for a little extra cushioning, you can. But we're gonna have this foot planted down, so that baby toe, keep it down to the ground, and you're gonna kneel. Right here, you're just gonna lean forward, having the hands right underneath those shoulders, the knees right underneath the hip. You're just gonna lean back right here and hold. So you're just leaning back, breathing into it, feeling that stretch in the inner thigh, maybe in the quad, the lower back. Good, and you're gonna come up. So you're gonna keep the leg that's out, so I have my left leg out. I'm gonna keep my left hand down. I'm gonna lift my right hand up towards the sky. If that's not doable or that stretch is a little too intense, you can have that hand go back towards that lower back as you rotate a little bit into it. Good, let that hand release. You're gonna lean back one more time. Reach the hands forward, lean into it as much as you would like. Good, and come up. We're gonna rotate over to that other side. So just putting the other leg out, tucking in the other, or kneeling on the other side. Remember, have that foot flat on the ground, that baby, that pinky toe is down there. We're gonna reach those hands forward as you lean those hips back, right here. Remember that breath, breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. As the sessions go on, we'll get a little bit more into our breath and our movement, connecting them. Good, slowly come up. I have my right leg out, so I'm gonna plant my right hand down and I'm gonna lift my left hand up to the sky or have it rest onto that lower back. Whatever rotation is better for you, go for it. Good, let that hand come back down. You're gonna bend the leg that's out straight and you're just gonna kneel with the legs out nice and wide. We're gonna have the feet out and away from each other to start. So they're out just up to the side, just like so. And you're just gonna sink it down. So you can either stay right here, if your hips are tight, hold it right here, or you can lean back and down like we did, but this time you just have your knees bent. You can bring it down to the forearms, whatever feels right for you. Just find your breath here, leaning, breathing into those hips. Slowly let them come down more and more. Good, bring it back up. And this time you're gonna have your toes come in for a frog. All right, so your toes are coming, your feet are coming in closer, keeping the legs in, just tilting the toes in slightly. So you're just bringing them in just like so. And again, you're gonna lean back to wherever it feels comfortable. With the feet coming in, you might lean all the way down to those heels. You may not, it's totally whatever is working for you. Reach those hands forward, breathe into the stretch. Good, and you're slowly come up. So we're gonna rotate to the side. All right, so I'm gonna extend my one leg and I'm gonna have the other leg bend. So we're getting into that pigeon pose, but it doesn't have to be perfect. This leg can be bent, the heel can be towards the other hip, or it could be out. Whatever you're feeling, whatever your hips are allowing, go for it. And you're just gonna lean into it. So if you're super tight, which I hope we loosened your hips up a little bit, but if you're super tight and you're here, this feels awesome, stay here. If you can breathe and slowly untuck that back toe, lean yourself down, go for that too. But we're all different. We all do different activities. If you're a runner, those hips might be a little bit tighter than the rest. But just lean, breathe into this. Both hips are facing down. And just play right here, leaning into each hip, having them evenly come down towards the ground. Stay here, breathe if you want. I'm gonna give you another option to get a little bit of more depth into that hip flexor, into that quad. You can come up and you can bend that knee, grab that foot with the hand and hold it here. If you're super tight, this may be too much. You might just want to stay down here or even up here breathing. Do whatever feels perfect for you. You can grab the inner part of that foot or you can stay to the outer part. Whatever feels perfect, just lean down in those hips. Good, slowly release that leg if you have it up. And you're just gonna lean back, sit down right there, and you're gonna rotate to the other side. Nice and gracefully, or not. And you're just gonna lean over and set yourself up into that pigeon pose. And again, that foot can be all the way down near your hips, the front foot. It can be out to a figure four. Do whatever is right for you. I'm super tight in my hips, so my foot will not come out. I'm gonna lean here, start easing into my pose, have the hips down. You can walk down to those elbows, breathe. If you feel that you wanna get a little bit of a deeper stretch in that hip flexor again, and that quad, you can bend that back foot or that back knee, grab that foot with your hand, inner or outer part of it. Bring your torso up again, sink into it, lean into it, do what's right for you. Good, and let that hand, if you had that foot in the hand, let it release back down. And slowly come up if you're down, and you're just gonna sit back right here, and then face forward. You can have one leg in front of the other, one on top. You can go into that dancer's pose and go right here. Whatever feels comfortable for you. You're just gonna sit and hold. I'm gonna go here. And you're gonna pretend like somebody's pulling the top of your head right here, and you're just gonna sink down into those seat bones as well as letting the knees come down. So if you're still tight in those hips, you're probably feeling it in whichever leg's in front or on top. You might be feeling it in that hip. But just slowly breathe, keep a nice, strong, straight spine. You're gonna bring, so if you have that right foot is on top, you're gonna bring that left hand onto that right knee, and you're gonna rotate right here. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale, rotate a little bit deeper. Good, and come back to center. You're gonna rotate whatever leg is in front or on top or over. You're gonna switch. So again, you can have that leg in front, on top, or bring it all the way over, just like so. Whatever feels and is working for you. And you're just, again, sit straight up. Feel those seat bones in the ground. Let the knees relax and breathe. Good, you're gonna bring that, I have my left leg on top, I'm gonna bring that left hand back, have that right hand over onto that left knee, and I'm gonna rotate, taking a deep breath in, and then exhale, and rotate into that spine, into those hips, into that lower back, even that upper back. Good, come back to center. You're just gonna walk those hands. So again, keep those seat bones glued to the ground. You're gonna walk those hands forward. Let the top of your head fall down towards the ground. And just breathe. Good, walk the hands back towards your body. And up. Good, you're gonna bring the knees in and the feet on the ground. So we're gonna add some more twists or rotations in for that spine. So you're right here again, sitting up nice and straight, nice and tall. And you're gonna rotate. So we're gonna rotate to the right side. You're gonna have that right hand come back. Left hand is gonna come over to the outside of that right thigh or that right knee. Inhale, and when you exhale, you're gonna rotate in to that right side. Breathe. Good, take a nice deep breath in, and then come back to center as you exhale. Good, sitting up nice and tall again. You can grab onto those shins, open up that chest, roll the shoulder blades back, and sit up nice and tall, feeling that spine from tailbone all the way up to your neck, to your head. Good, relax slightly as you bring that left hand back and bring the right hand to the outer part of that left thigh. You're gonna take a nice deep breath in. And then when you exhale, rotate into that spine, into that left side. Good, and breathe. Good, come back to center. Just extend those legs out in front. Sitting nice and tall, don't round the spine, just sit nice and tall. And you're gonna lean forward right here. So you'll feel that stretch a little bit sooner as you lean forward. Don't let the back round just yet. Just lean forward, feel it in that lower back, that in the hips maybe still. You're gonna take a deep breath in. And when you exhale, you're gonna let that spine round as you reach those hands further down your legs into the shin, the ankle, the foot, the bottom of your foot, wherever those arms will touch. Head lift forehead looking down towards your legs. And just breathe into this forward bend. Good, slowly walk the hands back towards your hips as you bring that torso up. And we're gonna, with every fold, you want to also do a bend. So we're gonna have the heels reaching down. You're gonna have your hands right behind you. The fingers are facing towards your hips or towards your feet. And you're gonna slowly lift the hips up for a reverse plank right here. And you're gonna come up, pushing the hips up, feeling that stretch in the shoulders and the biceps and that lower back. Good, let the neck relax. Breathe, even though this may feel challenging, it must feel good too, or it might feel good too. Good, slowly let those hips come down. Good. You're gonna bend those feet, and you're gonna sit upright once more, round the front, or fold the legs in. Sitting up nice and tall. And we're just gonna focus on the breath a little bit as we bring it down. So I want you to put one hand on your chest and one hand on your stomach and just keep breathing. Try to breathe in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. And as you're sitting here breathing, feel which hand is rising and which hand is falling with the breath in and with your breath out. Is the hand on the chest rising more than the hand on the stomach, or vice versa? Whichever is going for you, if it's the hand on the chest or the stomach, I want everybody to move down towards your stomach with that breath. You want to make a nice big Buddha belly, have that bottom hand come out, and then push all that air out as the stomach gets closer in, or bringing that belly button in towards the spine. And again, think of that breath, breathing in through your nose, getting that stomach nice and big, letting that breath come through the entire body, and push out. Do a couple more breaths at your own pace. Definitely try to get that stomach nice and big. Bring that air in, push all that air out. Good. Try to keep that breath the same as you bring your hands back down towards your knees or on your thighs, wherever is most comfortable. Just remember that breath. Good. Do a little scan. See if your body's feeling a little bit less tense in the hips and the lower back and the shoulders. If you feel any tension, just breathe a little bit more into that area. And when you exhale, push all the rest of that tension out. Good. So we're going to end our practice. I want you guys all for the rest of the day to remember your brain, your breath, and your body. Namaste. So thank you guys. Again, continue to sit and breathe as much and as long as you want if you're feeling nice and relaxed. If you have the rest of the day to do, wiggle around, let your body know you got some work to do. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Every day, every session is at a different time, just to accommodate all our different time zones. And also each class is going to be a little different than the rest. This one I tried to break it up a little bit more. We did a sun salutation, then we got some strength in the lower body, we got some balance work in there, and then we did some rotations or some twists. All right, and we thought about our breath at the end. So next class might be a little bit different, but I hope you guys are able to attend. I am recording and sending these classes out as well. But any feedback is awesome, so please let me know. And again, you can put your first and last name into the chat just so you can get some bonus points. Or if you forget to, just email me and I will help you out. All right, so thank you guys, and I hope you enjoyed your session. And again, this is Connor. He's our new EXOS coach, so he joined us luckily today, and it's all good. All right, guys, we will see you.